Hello all you travel fans out there, I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides, and it's time to take a break from all the cruise related stuff I've been posting recently to reawaken my Disney side. So in this video I'm going to do a Disneyland versus Disneyworld SmackDown. That sounds so aggressive, and it's not like a competition. I'm just going to explain the differences. I think there's a lot of people who don't understand how different the two destinations are, and so I thought I'd take a few minutes to educate you on the similarities, the differences, and some common misconceptions. Let's get started! Okay, just to clear things up, Disneyland is in Anaheim, California, and Walt Disney World is in Orlando, Florida. If you ever want to get in trouble with a Disney fanboy or girl, then say something like, "Yeah, we went to Florida for spring break and we took the kids to Disneyland." That's kind of like saying you went to Burger King and ordered a Big Mac. Disneyland is in California, Disney World is in Florida. Don't make me say it again. This is probably the biggest obvious difference, and it's something important to know when you're planning which one you want to visit and how long you want to stay. So listen up. The Disneyland Resort in California has 2 theme parks, Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure, 3 official resort hotels, a shopping and dining area called Downtown Disney, and a whole bunch of partner hotels very close by. If you want to see everything the Disneyland Resort has to offer, then you should plan to spend about 2.5–3 days there. On the other hand, if you're planning on spending a whole week there, then chances are you're going to end up taking some field trips to non-Disney related destinations. Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida has 4 different theme parks. The Magic Kingdom, which is the one with the castle in the middle that everybody refers to as Disney World, but that's just one part of Disney World. Then also EPCOT is located there, Disney's Hollywood Studios Park, and Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. In addition, there's 2 official Disney water parks, 2 official Disney mini golf courses, a nightlife and dining area called Disney Springs, and around 20 official Disney resorts with their own theming and great restaurants and pools and water slides and things like that as well. Walt Disney World in Florida is basically like its own city. It has its own fire department, and it has its own internal transportation system of buses and boats and the monorail, and if you want to see everything that Walt Disney World has to offer, then you're gonna need at least a week. And now wait, I'm not saying that if you can't spend a week there that you shouldn't go at all, because you can definitely have a good time just visiting one of the parks for one day. But if you really want to do like a dedicated Disney World vacation, then, well, one day in the Magic Kingdom, one day at EPCOT, water parks, yeah, 7 days. In fact, you could probably spend 10 days there and not get bored, but I'm kind of obsessed. But now let's narrow it down to the 2 most famous parks, Disneyland Park and the Magic Kingdom in Florida. The parks are laid out very similarly. Is that a word? Similarly? They look the same, and from certain angles in the parks you could almost think you're in one or the other. Yet there are some major differences between the 2 that you should know about. As you may or may not have known, Walt Disney never actually set foot in Disney World because he died before any major construction began. #tragic, #sad face. So if you're obsessed with all things related to the man, then you might want to consider visiting Disneyland in California. There you can walk on the same paths and see the same buildings and trees and touch the things that Walt Disney himself helped design and build and supervise. These are some attractions in Disneyland that might still actually have some Disney DNA on the seats. Great moments with Mr. Lincoln at the front of Main Street, which I think a lot of people just walk right past. The original Jungle Cruise boat ride, Storybook Land canal boats, Matterhorn bobsleds, the original It's a Small World, and the original Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which was the last attraction built under the supervision of Walt Disney himself. And I know, you can find a lot of those attractions at the other Disney parks around the world as well, but a lot of Disney fans will tell you that the originals in California are somehow better. That being said, with its 4 parks in Florida, there are a ton of things you can experience at Walt Disney World that you can't at Disneyland. I'm talking about major blockbuster attractions like the Expedition Everest roller coaster at Animal Kingdom, Test Track and Mission Space at EPCOT. I mean, the entire World Showcase at EPCOT is also something to talk about, but that's for another video. Rock and Roller Coaster and the Lights, Motors, Action Stunt Show at the Studios Park. And now with the new Fantasyland complete in the Magic Kingdom, Florida has another big hit on its hands that you can't ride in California with the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train coaster. But just to be fair, let me tell you a few things that you can only ride in California and not in Florida. I guess two of the most popular things to mention would be the gigantic California Screamin' roller coaster at California Adventure and the amazing Radiator Springs Racers ride in Cars Land at California Adventure. And let's not forget the first modern tubular steel tracked roller coaster
in the world,
the Matterhorn Bobsled ride, which will give you a chiropractic adjustment for free, and you don't even need to make an appointment. Hashtag rough, hashtag ouch, hashtag fun. Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin is a fan favorite that you won't find in Florida. And another world-class West Coast exclusive is the Indiana Jones Adventure. In fact, you won't find a better theme park attraction probably anywhere in the world other than the clone of that ride in Tokyo. Listen, I could go on for hours about these things because I love Disney parks so much. We could talk about Florida's Disney dining plan and how it can help you save hundreds of dollars on food when you're there. We could talk about how the two Space Mountains, although they look the same from the outside, are actually totally different inside. We could talk about how the two Splash Mountains are also basically the same ride, but they have two totally different boat designs. And we could talk about how Fantasmic in California is like 100 times better than it is in Florida. But I'm not gonna do it. And you know why? It's because I'm assuming that most people haven't even watched this far into the video. But if you have, then you must be at least as big of a Disney fan as I am. And for that, I give you a thumbs up. If you're a Disneyland fan, then down in the comments below, write something from Disney World that you wish you could have in California. And if you're a Florida fan, then do it the other way around. Tell me something that you think Florida really needs that they only have in California. And check my Facebook page for updates and giveaways, and check back next week for another great travel-related video. I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides. See you soon.